If you ever hear church bells ringing after midnight and there's no one inside, you might be hearing the call of Saint Hildegard Church that rings for the dead who never left. There's an old, forgotten church on the edge of Briar Hollow, almost swallowed by the trees. The locals simply call it Saint Hildegard's Chapel. It was built back in 1889, right on the ashes of the old town hall, which had burned down years before. But as the builders laid the foundation, something felt deeply wrong. They reported digging too deep, uncovering a mass of bones, dozens of skeletons tangled in the earth. The presiding priest, a man named Father Alaric, quickly ordered the remains to be reinterred beneath the new altar, declaring them the lost bones of saints, forgotten by time. But the townspeople had their own stories, whispered in hushed tones. They believed those weren't saints. They were the victims of the Great Fire, their spirits trapped in the very ground where they perished. 4 years, an uneasy peace settled over the chapel. That is, until one frigid winter night in 1911, at exactly 3:33 in the morning. The heavy bronze bells of Saint Hildegard began to toll, their sound cutting through the silent, sleeping town. There was no mass scheduled, no reason for them to ring. Villagers, woken by the chilling sound, hurried to the church. They found the heavy oak doors thrown wide open to the freezing night. Inside, every single candle was lit, casting flickering, dancing shadows. The grand organ was playing a mournful hymn, its keys moving as if pressed by unseen hands, and there, kneeling at the altar, was Father Alaric. His eyes were wide open, his mouth frozen mid-prayer, his face a mask of pure terror. Looming on the wall above him was the distinct shadow of a man hanging from a ceiling beam. But when the villagers looked up, there was nothing there but empty air. After that night, the church was deemed unholy and sealed for good. But the story didn't end. Every single year, on the anniversary of that terrible night, the bells would ring again. 13 solemn tolls, always at 3:33 a.m. Decades later, in 1998, the legend of Saint Hildegard's had become a local ghost story, the kind you tell around a campfire. 3 college students from the nearby university decided it would be the perfect place for a ghost hunt. Armed with a video camera, they broke into the decaying ruins, hoping to capture proof of the supernatural. Their full footage was never officially released, but a single, terrifying clip somehow found its way online a year later. The video starts with them laughing, their flashlights cutting through the darkness as they approach the altar. Suddenly, the deep, metallic clang of the bells begins to ring, echoing through the cavernous space. The camera pans up to the bell tower, showing the thick ropes hanging perfectly still. Then, a fourth voice cuts through their nervous chatter. A dry, raspy whisper right next to the microphone says just one word: confess. The screen immediately cuts to black. Police later found their camera sitting on the church steps, still recording. The final frames captured the heavy front doors slowly swinging shut, sealing the darkness inside, seemingly by themselves. Today, St. Hildegard's Chapel stands in ruins, a skeletal frame against the sky. But travelers and locals who wander too close say that when the fog rolls in thick and low, you can still hear its bells echoing softly through the forest. Some believe it's the spirit of Father Alaric, forever trapped, waiting for someone brave enough to finish his final, interrupted Mass. Others say it's the dead from the fire, still ringing the bells, waiting for someone to remember their names. So, if you're ever out late and you hear church bells toll at 3:33 a.m., especially when there's no church nearby, don't follow the sound. It's not a call for the living. Thank you for joining us for this tale from Mystery Pulse. If you enjoy stories that lurk in the shadows, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more mysteries. Stay safe out there.